Good evening, everyone. I'm Siri Berlin, artist and coach, and you find me here in another room of my apartment. I lit a candle for our little meeting, and today we open Advent calendar door number 10. And today it will be all about how to make friends with your inner critic. No, I'm not crazy. I'm really saying that. How you make friends with your inner critic. And what does this has to do with self-love? I believe that your inner critic, even though you might not like him and you might to avoid to hear what he says, can be really, really helpful to find out more about yourself and more about what you really want, and therefore he's a tool you can use to live fully, to live more the way you really want to live. So my little exercise for the idea of making friends with your inner critique would be a long writing exercise. I'm really enthusiastic about writing. I do morning pages a lot and find them super helpful. I do lists of what I'm thankful for in 2017 and what I wish for in 2018. I do that every year, and it's really nice to compare that. But today, in this Advent calendar door, we want to focus on how to make friends with your inner critique and why this is helpful for your self-love. So, I recommend to take about an hour where you can relax and be yourself and probably not get disturbed. You can switch off your phone and maybe in a time where your family is not there or where you can have your peace. And you take your favorite pen and also some favorite paper, if you have such a thing. Some people really like to write on certain types of paper. I think it's really important that you take good care of yourself in this exercise. Sit down, try to be relaxed, maybe make yourself a tea or something you like to drink, and then relax into this question. What would be, hello viewer, I'm just going through today's exercise for more self-love and how to make friends with your inner critique. And the idea is to sit down with pen and paper and look at the sentence you would not dare to tell yourself about yourself. So something which is your most secret wish to be. So what would you like to say about yourself? When you would say this out loud, you would feel super ashamed or pretentious, that you're a show-off and immediately, that's not going to happen. This is not such an easy task. This is actually quite a challenge. So sit down and write something. What you really would love to be. If you would, your dreams would come true in all areas. What would you tell yourself about yourself? So, for example, I would say something like, I'm a famous artist, musician, writer, trainer, healer, and coach, and I don't have to take care about money because it's just flowing in. I get invited to world famous stages with my music, and people buy my art for really high prices, and I'm appreciated for my art, for my music, for my teaching, for my writing, and for my videos. What does this do? So, if the sentence you're formulating does not make you feel at least a little bit ashamed, or if you don't feel that you would not mention this sentence in front of anyone else, then you need to make it a bit bigger. So the idea is to find a sentence which is so strong that your inner critique immediately says, ah, no, you're never going to do that. You're way too old, my dear. You make yourself ridiculous, you know that. You're not an artist, you're pretentious, you're a show-off. What do you think who you are? You're too old. These are kind of the sentences my inner critic tells me. And what I ask you to do is to write all the sentences which come from your inner critique, write them down on a piece of paper. Make sure you leave a little bit of space in between the sentences so you can add more writing below it. So, and you do that, all the sentences which come up in you when you read your beautiful secret sentence about yourself. Hello Munir, nice to see you. Writing about what your inner critique says is really powerful. So it's important that you take good care of yourself. And don't forget to breathe. Really good exercise. When you have written down 10 to 20 sentences about what your inner critique tells you after you told the world or yourself about your biggest dream, your wish, what you want to be, who you want to be, how you want to be received, then look at each sentence separately and write down the opposite of the sentence. And by the opposite, I don't mean a realistic opposite. Like if I write, I'm the most famous artist, I don't write, I'm the least famous artist, but I write my personal opposite. So for example, to the sentence, I am too old, or you are too old, what my inner critic says, I write, I'm just old enough. Or I write, I have a lot of experience because of my age, that some things are more easy for me than they are for young artists who just start up. So find, for every sentence you write down, find the opposite. This will take a bit. I hope you like the exercise. And after you have written down all the things, all your opposites to the sentences of the inner critique, and take another piece of paper and write down just your opposites. And what is that? That's actually maybe a really nice mantra which you can read every morning or every evening whenever you want. Maybe you want to put it on the wall so you can look at it whenever you feel a bit down, or maybe anyways. I think it's really important to work with these sentences, and they can make you really powerful, and they detect where you still doubt yourself about your dream. But I think I would like to hear from you how you are exercising this video. And maybe Munir, you also want to do that, and you want to talk about how it felt for you. If you like the video, you can leave me a comment, or if you want to receive this exercise in written form, I'm doing a newsletter as well. So every day after my video, I write down the ideas of the video and put it in a newsletter, which you can receive throughout the Advent time. And that way you would have 24 ideas which bring you to more self-love. Yes, I hope you enjoy this little video and the exercise, and I'm super curious whether you're going to do it or what your results are. Send me a message. Have a good night. I hope I see you tomorrow when we open door 11 of Siri Berlin's Self-Love Advent Calendar. Have a good night. Bye bye.